Hi, thank you for joining me for this review of this BAO NIU HC629W foldable Wisdom quadcopter, supplied courtesy of Gearbest. I'll show you the box so that if you're thinking of getting it as a gift, you can at least see what the presentation is like. So this is the box that it comes in. Small and compact, quite strong, and this is the foldable quadcopter, so about the size of the palm of your hand, and we open it up. And this is what it looks like with the arms unfolded. So it's a nice sort of blue-grey colour, almost like a fine sandpaper feel and finish. A little bit soft on the top. Quite strong and sturdy on the arms. Now when you fold this out, it sort of locks into place, but there's not that much resistance, so if it does bump into something, the arms will give way, which I think is a good thing, because it helps prevent damage, but obviously not good if you want to recover from a knock. You'll need to stop and restart it. And yes, these propellers are quite new and a different design. So a very broad blade, fairly firm, but still quite flexible. I don't think this is going to get damaged too easily because of the flexibility, but it does knock on something, it's going to give way rather than break. So it can be very interesting to see how this flies with these propellers. Okay. This also comes with an adjustable camera, and as you can see, quite a long way adjustable, can face down quite a lot and also face straight, so you can always position it where you like. Also comes with a lens cap, which is good because you can always get dirt or marks on the lens. Looks so it's got two nice bright headlights here. We'll see when we turn it on. Got the power button on top here. And if we look underneath, you've got two small little sort of landing feet here and two little sponge pads. So other than that, there's no sort of landing gear, so very flat and very compact. Here's the battery bay, which pulls back and opens like this, and inside we get the battery, and this comes with a 3.7 volt 680 mAh battery, which should be good for a flying time of around 10 minutes. We'll see when we do a test flight. And let's see, the battery has come in at 87% of capacity. It's just a single cell battery, so always good to charge it up fully before you go flying. And it slots in here quite comfortably, nicely. Got quite a bit of space on the side, so maybe a broader battery, a bigger broader battery could fit in. Then it's got the 2-pin low-C connection, which then just plugs into there, here. and because I had my finger on the on off button when I switched it on, it has come on. So let's just close the battery bay. So we can see we've got two green LEDs underneath the two back arms, two red LEDs underneath the front arms, and we've got the two flashing headlights there. And then to turn it off, we just press the power button over there. The motor housings protected underneath, which is good, so it prevents dust and that getting in. Cooling might be a bit of an issue. There's no real vents that I can see. So hopefully we won't have a problem with motors overheating. The propellers can be removed. The whole thing can be removed by just unscrewing a screw here, or an individual blade can be replaced by just removing a screw there. Then it comes with a nice little instruction manual booklets with good quality paper, good illustrations, good English, good details, giving you all the functions that it does and some tips, and the second part of it is in Chinese. The Wi-Fi installation instructions come separately on this piece of paper, so you download the app, which is called JAD UFO, from the Apple Store or from Google Play, or by scanning the QR codes, and gives you the details. And the nice thing as well, which is good to see, it tells you what the functions of the app are on the piece of paper, so that's very good to see. Then we get two spare propellers, or 4 blades, so not a full set of 4 propellers, but as I mentioned earlier, I don't think these are going to get damaged too easily, so it should be adequate for replacement. Also comes with a USB charging cable. The battery just plugs into the 2-pin low-C connection there, and you charge up the battery that way. And it comes with a small star Phillips screwdriver too. Then we also get a bracket to mount your mobile phone on for Wi-Fi FPV, and nice feel to it. The sticks are in a little bit of an unusual position for this type of controller, but it should be okay. One thing very nice to see is that the buttons are labeled, or have an insignia on, which does give you a clue as to what the various functions are. Here's the battery bay at the back. You do have to loosen the screw, and you've got to put in 4 AAA batteries. Supply put in 4 AAA batteries in the back here. So it's got a nice sort of grip and feel to it. I suppose the thing is to sort of hold it more like this, and then you can also get to the buttons quite easily. Here's the main power button, on and off. Okay. Then these are the trim buttons here. This on the top left here is to turn it on again, is to adjust your speeds. It should give 1 beep for low speed, 2 beeps for medium speed, and 3 beeps for high speed, possibly when it's connected and switched on. Then this button over here is your flip button, so this is you press to do your flips and rolls. The button on the top here is a spin button, so we'll see what that's all about, but it looks as though it probably just makes it spin. Here's your automatic takeoff and automatic land button. The button on the left here is a short press for headless mode and a long press for one key return. And the button on the bottom here, a short press is emergency stop, so try not to press that or else the motors will just shut down. And a long press is for calibration. Okay, so we turn it on to broadcast a Wi-Fi signal. Then also, this is a ready-to-fly version which comes with a radio control transmitter. You can also get a BNF version, which is bind and fly, which means it doesn't come with a radio control transmitter, but you can use your mobile phone or tablet and the app to fly it. So first thing we need to do is connect to the quad through the Wi-Fi settings. And here is an FH with letters and UFO, so we connect to this. Busy connecting, showing it's connected. Then we go to the app JAD UFO, which was downloaded, and we press play. And here we go. We got Wi-Fi FPV. So as I mentioned, all the functions are detailed on the piece of paper. Basically, you can take a picture, you can take video, get your media, you can adjust your speeds. That's the altitude hold, because this is also has altitude hold, and a few various other functions. If you want to use the app to fly it on your mobile device, you will have these controls to use the app to fly. Put that down there. Then to bind, we need to press the throttle lever up and down. Right, just turn the TX off and back on again. And to bind, throttle lever up and down, it beeps, the lights go solid. Then we need to put it into the high rate, and then press calibrate, hold down this button, lights flash, and then go solid. Then you can also arm the motors by pulling the sticks down and outwards, and stop the motors, pulling them down and in. So let's see if it's got a fail safe. So the range on this is 70 to 80 meters, and if it goes out of range, what will happen? So we start up the motors, turn the controller off. 1001, 1002, 1003, 1004, 1005, 1006, 1007, 1008. So it'll take about 8 seconds, and then it will power down and drop wherever it is. If it still has sufficient battery and we get closer to it again, can we rebind with it? Yes, we can. So that's the fail safe it has. Then if you're going to use a mobile device, in the bracket, it fits in and holds in quite well and quite solid here. And to fold the arms back, we just put them in like this. And that is it folded back. Now I'll also be doing a review of this X8 Sky Hunter. which is also a little foldable drone, and it'll be interesting to see how this compares. So if you are not already subscribed to my channel and you'd like to be notified when this review gets posted, please subscribe. So yeah, we'll do a little test indoors, see what it looks like in the dark, and also do a flight outdoors and a time trial and see how long the battery lasts. Okay, let's do a quick little test flight, and I'll use the auto takeoff for this. Okay, so it doesn't take off very high. It's got altitude hold, very stable. Looks quite nice. Let's try the spin button. Okay, that's the spin button. Wow. And let's stop it. Wow, so that spin is quite fast. Okay. And let's see what it looks like in the dark. Oh yes, lights are quite bright. Quite impressive in the dark too. Let's try the auto land button. That's it, and auto landed. And let's see how the HC629W Wisdom flies outdoors, all ready to go. We start the video. Video started. Start the clock, take off. Okay, it's in low rate, there is a bit of a breeze. Okay, still holding fairly well in low rate. Take it up. Okay, that's the yaw in the low rate. I'm going to put it upper rate. Okay, that's a bit better. Can see the lights quite brightly. So it seems to be holding quite well. I mean, it will hold altitude well, which is fine. Holding nicely. See the yaw in the medium rate. This is the yaw in the medium rate. Bring it back and down a bit more. Okay, let the wind just bring it back. Oh, going well. Let me put it into the high rate. Okay, this is the high rate. That's the yaw in the high rate, so quite fast. Holding quite steady. The yaw. Hey. Okay, let's do a spin in the daylight and the open time. That's the spin function. Must be getting dizzy on the camera with that. Anyway, it does that quite well. Nice backflip. Nice forward flip. Nice side flip. So it flips very well, stable, holds altitude, You can see the lights quite clearly and brightly. And funnel okay too. Alright, let's just try and keep it steady for a while for video. The view there. Holding really well, quite steady and stable. Time wise, three and a half minutes. The wind is pushing it a bit, but it is holding quite well. Hope the camera angle is okay and the video recording okay. Not a fast flyer, but you know, nice for FPV. Hopefully nice for video. But that spin is really crazy. I suppose okay for a bit of fun, maybe not so good for the video. I'm not going to try headless mode, not much point in it. And the one key return normally doesn't work well on most quads in any case, so not much point in testing that either. Keep it going and enjoy the flight and see how long the flight time is. Now 5.5 minutes. The yaw overcompensates a bit in the high rate. Lights flashing now, maybe low battery warning, and we're on 6 minutes 45 seconds. Let's see how long the battery's going to last. This has been in high rate most of the flight and recording video, but still okay, not too much power. I presume it'll auto land now when the battery level gets too low. Okay, that's it, full throttle up. Stop the clock, 7.5 minutes. Stop the video. So 7.5 minutes flying time. Hopefully the video will have come out well. You'll have seen it already. Fairly stable, not a fast quad, but you know, the altitude holds very well. Quite smooth, nice to fly even indoors and outdoors. These propellers seem to work quite well and quite flexible. Thanks for joining me. Cheerio.